name is Claudio Cipullo. I'm Italian. When I was 20 years old, I went to India, and in India I met the Buddhas. India is the land of Buddha, At that time, the Tibetans, they were coming out of Tibet to India, So I met the most great Lama of the universe. They are Trijang Dorjechang and Dorjechang. I was a very young boy. I was 20 years old, When I saw them, it was like, like a young boy seeing God, So I was so impressed, that I completely changed my life, My life, I was studying in the university, and I was supposed to go to New York to live with my cousin. My family worked in the jewelry business, And instead of doing that, I say, sorry, I want to go back to India, it's too beautiful. And then I went back, and I stayed with my other lamas, I met Ganchen Rinpoche, that was a very close disciple of Trijang Dorjechang, and he was actually the bridge, for me. And then one of his disciples, Lama Yeshe, was also my teacher. He was a disciple of Ganchen, so all the same line, And so I followed them. Mainly, of course, I had the fortune to have few private interviews with His Holiness Trijang Dorjechang and His Holiness Dorjechang. That time was India was like a pure land, especially Dharamsala, Because even you are a young, stupid guy, you could ask interview with the Buddhas, whether either Trijang Dorjechang or Dorjechang, So it was really like paradise, And then I, of course, I went to the library in Dharamsala. Another of my teacher, Geshe Nawandagye, was there teaching. I received many teaching from him. And at the same time, from Ganchen Rinpoche too, And then, of course, also, His Holiness Dalai Lama. I had occasion to take some teaching from His Holiness Dalai Lama, initiations, and then Lama Yeshe decided to open in Italy one big institute, Tibetan Institute, that is called Lama Zopa Institute, and I was one of the founders, together with, we were 3 people, We start in a place like this, we start just with one telephone, and then now there is the Lama Zopa Institute is very, very famous in Italy. Everybody goes there, But of course, my main guru was Ganchen Rinpoche, So I follow him in Switzerland. He has a center not so far from here, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours from here, On the way to Geneva, Very close to Montreux in Vevey. And then Ganchen Rinpoche, I had the occasion to become monk with him. Very kind. And then, of course, I studied with him. Ganchen was a very high scholar, And even he was such a high scholar, he was so compassionate to teach just logic, the basic teaching of philosophy to us Westerns, I mean, incredible kindness, And then slowly, I mean, I study, the regular study of all the monks, And then on the Ganchen Rinpoche left the body, and then I was kind of left alone, a little bit. I was missing him very much, But I was lucky because that time, one friend from Italy invited Lama Ganchen to Italy, and this friend sent me to meet Lama Ganchen because I was supposed to be the translator of Lama Ganchen. I was speaking a little bit Tibetan. I could understand what Rinpoche says, so I was supposed to be the translator. And so I went. Also another Lama, Lama Yeshe, left the body. So it looks that my Lama they were passing into nirvana. Then I had the occasion to meet Ganchen Rinpoche in Nepal, and I told him that my friend had told me to come and meet him because when Rinpoche was coming to Italy, I was supposed to be his translator, And he told me, oh yes, that's very good, like that. We will see in Italy, but he didn't say when he was coming, nothing. So I just say, okay, Rinpoche, thank you very much, I go. Actually, I was with another Rinpoche that is called Mili Rinpoche, And then I came back to Italy. I went to the house of this one of these friends that invited Ganchen Rinpoche, very close to Gubbio, Assisi, the place of St. Francis, in Umbria. And then one day in August, we received a telephone call that Ganchen Rinpoche was coming to Rome, and to go and pick him up, And this friend had a very big car and was very fast, So he was just going. He said, oh, I just go, I bring him back. And then, okay, I wait there, And then Rinpoche came, and I remember, I saw the car coming, and then Rinpoche came, I opened the door, and I met Rinpoche again, Just like magic, Lama Ganchen is a great Mahasiddha, Actually, many lamas, they're all Buddhas, But to find the Mahasiddha is a very rare occasion, So for me, I was so happy to meet a real Mahasiddha that I stayed with him since that time, That was 1983, So from that time, I follow Rinpoche wherever he goes or whatever he does, Of course, I cannot follow him because he is very quick and he goes all over the world in just 1 second, But, for example, Rinpoche goes every year goes to Borobudur, And every year I go too, I've been 23 years there, For 23 years, I go every year there, For me, it's like my paradise, And then, so from that time, now I live here in Albagnano, very close to the center, and sometimes I give course in the center, some course that I receive from another Lama, and I combine with the method of Rinpoche that is called Ngalso, as you know, Tara Ngalso, very special. I like very much because, of course, Tara is the greatest help for all of us. Of course, in Buddhism there are many protectors, but Tara is all in one, All the protector, all the Buddha, all the Sangha is all Tara, So from that time, I try to do a little bit of that practice. Of course, not so much result, but that's the maximum I can do. I'm sorry, Well, personally, I didn't have any problem, because I follow my lamas, for example, Lama Ganchen, wherever he goes, I try to follow him, And Geshe Rinpoche was, and Ganchen Rinpoche is also one of my lama, So for me, it was very easy. I just follow my lamas, One time, I'm one of the founder of the Lama Zopa Institute here in Italy, And I remember one time there was the celebration of 15 years of opening of the 15 or 20 years of the opening of Lama Zopa Khapa Institute, and His Holiness was invited, and we three that were the founder, we had to offer the mandala to him, and of course with great pleasure we offered the mandala and all the work that we did, And that time His Holiness said, whoever practiced the protector Dorje Shugden, please don't come anymore to take initiation from him, Because actually, personally, I received 9 times Kalachakra initiation from His Holiness Dalai Lama, I mean, I follow him many places, in New York, in Barcelona, in India, many places, So since he say like that, I say, okay, I do what the Guru say, The Guru say, if you do this practice, don't follow me, and I don't follow, So from that time, I follow the Guru word, So I don't follow him anymore. Because anyway, I cannot go, I don't like to create conflict. I mean, all the Gurus, they're all same in reality, So there is no conflict for me, And so I just continue to follow my Gurus, It was very, very easy for me, Well, actually, I have a very good friend of mine that I just saw recently in Milan. I mean, he's now a very important jewel dealer, like that, And he was practicing very much the protector. He was very devoted. And I think the success that he had comes from the protector in reality, And we were both very, very friend and very devoted to both Trijang Dorjechang and Ling Dorjechang, And in reality, I have to say, if you think about your Guru, I mean, the protector is a very personal thing, I mean, it's your decision, I mean, your Guru, maybe you don't practice the same protector that you have, But anyway, he's always your Guru, You understand? The protector is a private thing, You don't have to talk about that, It's your decision, If you think, I mean, for me, Dorje Shugden is Manjushri, So I believe that, and I follow that. So I follow Lama Manjushri, and Lama Manjushri manifests in all my Gurus, So that's the way I usually do. Some other friend, for example, this friend that I met, he decided to give up, But we don't. We go to eat, We invite him in his house. We have very good relation, We know since we are 16 actually, so a long time, long time friend, So for me, in reality, there was not any real problem, I have to say, I didn't find. I mean, if you follow what your Lama does, then you don't have conflict, The conflict comes if you try to find the solution yourself, Then, of course, we are very ignorant people. How we know such important thing, We don't know, Better follow your Lama, and that's all, I mean, whether you decide the Lama that practice or not practice, anyway, follow the Lama, No. I mean, I'm quite lucky, because of course, Drupal Lama Ganchen is, for me, is a Buddha, So if you follow Buddha, how can you have problem? Well, you see, His Holiness Dalai Lama is one of my gurus, It's like asking a donkey to talk about a beautiful horse, A donkey is just a donkey, doesn't know about beautiful horses, So better, this question, better to put it to His Holiness himself, why he's doing like that. I mean, he's a fully enlightened being, he knows what he's doing, So ask him, me, I'm just a donkey, Well, this is a very delicate matter, very, very delicate. I cannot really I cannot really judge what the Buddha does, I mean, I'm just a donkey, as I told you. And a donkey just like to eat grass in the fields, that's all. He's happy. Very nice to speak with you. And, of course, we all need, especially we Westerners, we all need protection, especially when we enter into the Dharma. It's very difficult because we are brought up in a very materialistic country, very very materialistic culture, and so it's very difficult for us to meet the Dharma, So once we meet the Dharma, we need protection. Of course, the Lama is the highest protection, but the Lama manifests in many ways, and this way that the Lama manifests as a protector is the best way of the best friend that we can find in the whole universe. If we had the power to travel in the universe, we couldn't find a better friend than the protector Dorje Shugden. Thank you very much.